Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Dan Henderson, and I serve as the Economic Development Director for Gilbert, Arizona, and we are delighted to be here with you. The Gilbert Office of Economic Development, the Gilbert Chamber of Commerce, and the Desert Financial Credit Union has joined together in a partnership in our Business Recovery Loan Program, and we'll be presenting some information to you all today. Through this partnership, we hope to bring a low interest micro loan to the Gilbert business community, which will provide loans for up to $50,000 for qualified businesses. We've got a number of business provisions and other sort of elements, as well as eligibility qualifications that we'll be going over with you today. But at this time, I would like to briefly share my screen and give you a real quick overview of the Gilbert Together Business Recovery Program. I'm going to share my screen here real quick. And in doing so, what you see here is our hashtag Gilbert Together Business Recovery Program. This program is part of a three-phase program focused on relief, recovery, and resiliency. And so what this slide aims to do is show you all some of the different components of the three-phased program. The first component is the relief or the business grant element, and we'll be going into detail and a lot of the program components tomorrow afternoon. So you'll have to join us tomorrow as well for the business grant overview. Today, as I mentioned, we'll be talking to you about the business loan program. This is a $5 million allocation that the council allocated through the AZ CARES monies. The purpose of the business loan is to assist businesses in their business recovery and help bridge that gap between other programs that you all might have used through the state, through the county, and through the feds. So the intent of this is to address any revenue losses that you might have faced due to COVID-19 and related business shutdowns. And so in addition, we've got another component, resiliency, or our technical assistance component, which was allocated with a $2 million allocation. And the purpose of that is to provide some connectivity to business coaches and mentors, as well as small business programming. The design of this comprehensive program really came from all of you through a partnership with the Chamber. We used a survey methodology, and here is that methodology where we were looking at different policies and programs that could be enacted to help with your business recovery. And as you can see, things like business grants, small business services, and access to capital and micro lending are some of the top areas with which you conveyed to us that you felt through these efforts would assist you in providing some immediate relief, some sort of midterm recovery, and some long-term resiliency. And so through this survey, these are essentially the results that we presented to Mayor and Council. And through that conversation with Mayor and Council, the business recovery program, or the Gilbert Together Business Recovery Program, was allocated with an $18 million allocation. And so today, we're really excited to talk to you about this phase 2 business recovery loans. Again, the idea is that it will help bridge the gap between other programs that you might have accessed. We wanted to convey to council who this type of program would assist. And as you can see here, businesses including sole proprietors, partnerships, limited liability companies and corporations, as well as other business enterprises and entities operating from within the town of Gilbert. It has an application process. It has some FICO score components associated with it. But what we are really most excited about is we're joined here today with our business partner, Desert Financials. We've got Gary Smead on the line. He serves as the Senior VP and Chief Lending Officer. And so at this time, I'd like to stop sharing and hand things over to Gary. So with that, I'm going to stop sharing. And Gary, I'm going to hand the mic over to you. Please tell us a little bit more about this business recovery program.
Will do. Thank you, Dan. And truly want to express our excitement or pleasure to be able to work with the Town of Gilbert, the program they put together to try and assist all of the businesses of the Town of Gilbert in such crazy times. If you're not familiar with Desert Financial, we are the largest credit union in the state, and we've just exceeded over $6 billion in assets. We have a fully functioning business lending unit that, quite frankly, is made up of bankers, which I used to be a banker at one day in my career not so long ago. And it really pleased to be able, like I said, to partner with the Town of Gilbert and Dan and his team to be able to provide these assistance loans. Clearly, the other piece that I think is truly a great job by the Town of Gilbert is that they've also put together a plan that gives potential grants and so forth. As I've talked to many businesses around the valley through this period, said look for grants first. The loan maybe isn't always the first best option. And the fact that the Town of Gilbert's got a grant program, I know there's other grant programs out there. So I would always recommend exhaust those opportunities first. And then there's such programs. We did have the PPP program, which right now is not available, and any other loan programs like Dan has put together with us. So what I'd like to do at this time is turn it over to Lisa Say, who is our AVP of Lending, and she's really the one that has the details behind the program, how it works, how you can apply, and then we can answer any questions that you may have. So this, I'd like to turn it over to Lisa Say.
Thank you, Gary. As Gary mentioned, I am the operational person in this whole team, and wanted to go over some of the eligibility requirements for the loan, and also let you know the process and how to access the loan through our website or via phone. So first, the loan is made up of loans between it's an unsecured loan. It's made up of loans between $10,000 and $50,000. You don't need to take the full amount, but the full amount is the maximum 50. It's a fixed interest rate at 4%, and that's for a 4-year repayment. If you choose to go longer, up to 5 years, the interest rate goes to a low 5%. So there's not much difference, but it allows you the time and flexibility to manage the payments a little bit longer if you need to. So the business eligibility is basically businesses located in Gilbert as of March 2020 and have been in business for at least 2 years. It doesn't have to be in Gilbert the entire time, but you have to at least have been in business for 2 years. And you also have to have a current Gilbert business license to be eligible. And then finally, you would need to have been affected by COVID in some way, which I think that's not an issue for most people because, as you know, we're all affected in some way. So then borrower eligibility, that consists of having a FICO score of 640 or above. It is a credit qualifying loan, so we will be pulling credit and looking at repayment history. And then you would also need to provide a personal guarantee for the loan. The loan will be in the business name with you as the personal guarantee. You would need to be current on your state, federal, and local taxes. And then also, in order to fund any loans with a credit union, you do have to maintain a membership account. So you would be required to open an account with a minimum of $25. So that's about it on the eligibility. And what I wanted to mention also is that on our website, we have a landing page that goes over these in more detail. So if you didn't catch everything, you can absolutely go look at it. We also have members in our e-branch department that are manning a phone line, and they can also go over the eligibility requirements with you. So how this works is you would, again, either fill out an interest form on the landing page, or you can call the phone number, and it's 602-335-6317. And I will mention that number again, so if you didn't have a PIN. So by either calling or filling out an interest form on the webpage, that will get you in touch with one of our member advocates to go over the program eligibility and then take the application should you be interested. Once you complete the application, it's going to be a turnaround time of approximately 3 to 5 days. And upon approval, we'll send you documents via DocuSign. So you don't need to go to a branch. We'll get you the account application to open the account. And maybe we probably will require a few business documents in order to open the business account. And then once we receive the documents back, we'll open your account with $25, and then we will either put those funds from the loan into your savings account with us, or we can wire it to an account of your choice at another institution. We do offer a full suite of business products. So if you're interested in even opening your business checking with us, we can do that all at the same time as well. So I know there's probably a lot of questions about the process, but again, we do have people in our eBranch area standing by to be able to answer any of your questions and go over the eligibility with you. So with that, I'll turn it back over to you, Dan.
Thank you so much. Appreciate both you and Gary for your time and the ability to present this information on first and foremost criteria, as well as some of the eligibility requirements. At this time, I'm not sure if we have any questions in the Q&A, but I did want to take a moment real quickly and just thank you all for the many ways with which you all have pivoted and are anticipating the extraordinary challenges here of 2020. What you've been able to do in this environment is just simply incredible, and we are excited to support you through the Gilbert Together Business Recovery Program. Real quickly, just wanted to do a shout out to the Town Council for their support and their ability to respond as quickly as possible to the business needs. These programs are just some of the many ways with which the Town Council and the executive leadership is anticipating your needs and creating programs to support you. Sarah, I don't know if you have any questions that have come up through the chat, or if there's any questions from a larger perspective that you have for either Lisa, Gary, or myself at this time.
We don't have any questions through the chat or the Q&A. If we want to give it maybe a few minutes to allow anyone to submit a question. And Lisa, I'm not sure if you touched on it, but what can a business expect in terms of a turnaround time from application to receipt of funds?
It should be within 3 to 5 business days from application. And that would be application through funding with the money in hand.
Perfect.
And then I did also want to mention the phone number again and how to access the interest form. It's at desertfinancial.com. And it's in the banner up top. You will see, I believe it's COVID programs. And if you click in there, the Gilbert program should be there. It'll talk about the eligibility and the interest form so we can contact you. And then again, the phone number, if you want to talk to somebody right away, is 602-335-6317.
And if I may add also, what we've tried to do with the program and working with the Town of Gilbert is these are unsecured loans, so you will not have to pledge any collateral to obtain these loans. And it is a 3 to 5 day turnaround time. But again, we've streamlined the information you'll need to give us and shortened the normal time it would take to apply and get a business loan. So those are 2 of the other pieces we've tried to do with this program. Simplify it, less information needed, and there's no collateral required.
Perfect. And one of the questions that we received is regarding credit score requirement. And if there's anything a business can do to secure a loan if they don't meet the credit score requirements.
Gary, do you want to take that?
Yeah, I think we addressed it at 640. What I would suggest is, our guidelines are guidelines. So if you would want to submit an application, we could take a look at it and see if there's a way that we could maybe structure something that would be acceptable to us and or the Town of Gilbert to try and put the loan together. So let us make that decision by applying, and we'll see what we can do.
And Sarah, I'll just real quickly add, the intent of the Gilbert Together Business Recovery Program is that it's complementary to each other. And so in this webinar today, we're specifically talking about our business loans. It is our expectation that those businesses that are able to qualify for a grant, that they would be able to use that grant monies for sort of short-term immediate needs and be able to use and complement that with the use of this low-interest loan program in the event that there's debt consolidation that's necessary in order to lead to recovery. And then as we think more sort of midterm to long-term, we begin to touch on some of the different technical assistance programs that are designed to work with these businesses. And so if I can just reiterate, our hope in the form of this support is that businesses that are attending here today or listening even tomorrow and beyond are able to string together each of these programs in a way that they can provide short, mid, and long-term support for each other. So it is our hope and our expectation that as business owners, you would be available and able to use all three of these programs complementary to each other.
Yeah, that's a great clarification.
I did also want to make mention that if you want more comprehensive information about all the programs, the Town of Gilbert has set up a landing page. We'll be sure to include the landing page in the follow-up information from today. But for those of you that are listening right now, it's gilbertaz.gov/biz programs. If you go out to gilbertaz.gov/biz programs, that will link you up with our landing page. And the landing page will go into more detail about all of the different components of the Gilbert Together Business Recovery Program.
I don't see any other questions or chats at this time.
Great. Well, let me real quickly just plug some of the other webinars that we have coming before you tomorrow. So on the 5th of November, we'll be discussing our business relief grants in more detail. And then as we look to next week, we'll be together on the 9th of November, and we'll hear from our partner Local First about some of the technical assistance that they have available. And then on the 10th of November, we'll feature our Cahoots program, and we'll be able to get into more detail about all the different offerings that Cahoots is able to offer. And then finally, on the 12th of November, we'll be with Maricopa Community College District, and we'll be sharing some of the Gilbert Together programs that we've partnered up with Maricopa Community Colleges. This is for career and technical training. So this is not only just for businesses, but also for residents. And so excited that throughout the next week, we'll be showcasing some of the many different support programs that we've structured, again, using your feedback, what you told us was important. And so I'm just so thankful to you, Sarah, and the Gilbert Chamber of Commerce for giving us this opportunity to be with all the businesses here today, and know that in the follow-up, you'll be sending out some information that allows today's webinar to live on a little bit longer and people can get some additional information. But seriously, Sarah, from me to you, we really could not have done this without you, and are just so grateful for our partnership and the ability to work with you to put together these programs. Also, Gary and Lisa, thank you so much for being here with us today in our business community and talking about this business recovery loan program. We think that this loan program is so unique and just such a wonderful offering, and just cannot thank you enough for being here with us today. Thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Dan. It's our pleasure. Appreciate that you reached out to us, and we're all in this together. So the more we can pull together and help each other, that's what it's all about. So thanks for thinking of Desert Financial.
You bet. Thank you.
Dan, can I ask you one more time to share the website for the support and resources?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a landing page, and that landing page is gilbertaz.gov/biz programs. That's BIZ programs. So gilbertaz.gov biz programs is our landing page. And on that landing page, you'll be able to have access to comprehensive information about all the phases of the hashtag Gilbert Together Business Recovery Program. Also included on that is some FAQs and contact information. If you have specific questions and want to talk with a program manager, we're standing by to listen to you, take in your questions, address those questions, and be able to give you access to these support programs.
Great. Thank you all so much.
You bet. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Lisa. Bye.
Thank you.